Introducing the Ferrari Roma Spider. My name's Adil and welcome back to the YouTube channel, guys. So today's video is all about taking this incredibly special vehicle with a rather disappointing sound system to a whole nother level. Let's go.
Hi there, I'm Rowan and I will be fully audio upgrading this Ferrari Nova. What we did so far is we just gave it a nice clean inside and out, and the next step what we will be doing is we'll be checking our battery, making sure our battery is healthy and in tip-top shape. After that we'll do a diagnostic check, make sure our car is happy, you know, with the computer box and all of that. And then once that is done, we will do a full inspect of the vehicle inside and out. In our inspections, what we do is we look at the bodywork, make sure there's no scratches or dents, and the same inside the vehicle, make sure our dash is nice and neat and tidy, there's no damages. So we'll get that done, and then once all that checks are done, we will start with our strip work. So we have completed our soundproofing on our Roma. So the next step what we're going to do now is start with our custom box for our 10-inch shallow, and we'll be also doing a custom amp rack. So with our box we'll be doing a mixture of MDF, superwood and fiberglass. So I've already started with a base of where we will start fiberglassing onto this, getting our mold, and we'll build a nice ring for our sub to go in, and then we'll pull it over with cloth and fiber, what we call a positive mold. So once we are done with that, we'll start with our wiring, we'll get our amps hooked up, and then the next step after that would be tuning. So let's get started. As you can see, our negative mold is now done for our Ferrari Roma. This is actually the exact shape of the boot where we will be installing our sub. So we have our negative mold, so now it's time to focus on our positive mold. So what I did was I took a cutout of the dimensions of our subwoofer, and I'm basically going to be cutting a ring out of wood, and we will place it up there in front. And then we will get some stilts to keep that in place and secure. And once we have that in place, we will wrap a cloth over this and then start laying our fiber on top. And that will create our positive mold. So yeah, let me get started with that.
The next thing we're doing on this car now is to supply power for the amplifiers. It's going to come from the battery to the back of the vehicle. And as per usual on a Ferrari, they've taken the sensible route of putting it somewhere through the inner wheel arch. So the next thing we have to do now is take the wheel out, the wheel arch out, and then run the power cable through for the battery.
So as you can see, our customization is now complete for our Ferrari Roma. We've made a custom box for our subwoofer, and then we've also made a custom amp rack. Because the Romas are convertible, there's not really space left or right of the vehicle to mount our amps, so we built a special box for our amps to go in. So that is done. So now we will wrap our speaker box and our amp rack. We'll get them wrapped in our Alcantara, and then once that is done, we will start getting it fitted in, get our amps fitted and start running our cables. So let me get started wrapping these.
So big shout out to the team, done an incredible job to get the car to where we are. And this is obviously an incredibly special car. The color combo works really, really well on this Roma, but the sound, as you guys saw earlier, some of the quality of components that were being used were quite poor, and now all of that has now changed. So I just want to run you through some of the spec. Obviously, if you own one of these cars, you know that the space that you have in terms of luggage compartment, boot area is very, 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 very limited. So what we've done on this car is try to keep the original, well, keep the original look of that OEM feel on the side, the interior of this lovely, lovely red interior that we've got on the car, but also not take up too much space in the boot area, because the client did want a sub in the vehicle and did want the amplification setup, which is obviously our general recommendation. I'm sure the team will put some B-roll and stuff over this to show you inside here, but this is obviously with the roof down. So this is all the luggage space that you get. So down here, basically what you've got is enough room to still put one kind of small suitcase. And there's basically a little cavity that kind of sits, so we'll close that down. There's like a little cavity that sits in and around here where you saw the team build the custom sub enclosure, an amplifier rack to sit into that enclosure, that area there. That's really dead space. Like, you can't fit anything in there, you can't put luggage in there. That little cubby area is there. We've now added in the custom enclosure housing the shallow mounted 10-inch sub, and also the amplification setup. So we're using two amplifiers in this setup, the Audison Forza 12 channel and the Audison Forza 1 channel. So the 12 channel is running what's called fully active on a system, which is very, very common for us. We see it quite a few times. We saw it last week where we had a car in, another installer had done it locally, and it was, in essence, it wasn't done fully active, even though the client had purchased the processor, but had basically, in essence, used crossovers. Crossovers are fine on entry systems, but on bigger systems, especially when you're paying for a processor, it's about the control over the system. So with that, the 12-channel amplifier is running a fully active setup across here. So we've got rear speakers done, we've also got the front end fully done as well. In terms of the kind of configuration that we've got here, we've gone for the Hertz Mille Legend Tweeter, which sits, so if we open up the door in here, client has opted to go down one of the packages that we've got on our website, which is the Hertz Mille Legend Tweeter, which has gone into an OEM location. All of these systems that we do are all fully reversible. Okay, so this is a big thing, and why people travel all over the country, and the reason why I've got 6 Ferraris being done in my workshop right now is because of the level of detail, attention to detail behind the scenes, and space. This car has been worked on in a 5-meter wide bay. There's custom racking behind to hold the car's interior. It means that everything can go back together on the car better than how the manufacturer did it. Reason is because we're thinking it with sound in mind. So when this door card's been removed, for example, all the kind of clips and everything have all been secured, tightened, cloth taped. Obviously sound deadening work's been applied into these doors as well to basically give a far better acoustic environment for the sound system to work in. Obviously with the car that it is, you're going to be enjoying some lovely roads. You're going to be enjoying the little bit of sun that we have. It's freezing cold at the moment, but we have sun, so we're not going to complain. But just you're going to be spending a lot of time in this vehicle. It's a very comfortable car to be in, and it's literally what it was designed for, even though you can't be going very far because you've got no luggage room in the car anyway. But that's a different story. But it's one of those things. It's a beautiful car to drive, and it was really the sound that was letting it down for the client. And this is very common across all of the Ferraris. I've got literally in my workshop at the moment, I've got obviously this one, the Roma, the F8s, the 488. I've got 2 488 GTBs inside, an F12. Yeah, so like it's very common that these need upgrading, and that is why people travel all over the country, all over the world to us. But it's about the level of detail. A lot of people think, oh, it's just speakers, it's just an amplifier. It's not. It's about the level of craftsmanship involved, forward thinking on a project, having a project lead. We communicate constantly with the clients to keep them up to date with progress and where we are. Some cars do take longer to do, and there are sometimes some delays, but it's about never compromising on the quality of the workmanship as we go. So obviously the Mille Legend tweeter sits into the OEM location, and these are all using those 3D printed parts that you've seen in today's video. That's why we went for there, because things like the Audison Thesis tweeter wouldn't fit into that OEM location, which would go against what the client was after. He wanted that OEM blend. I don't blame him. The interior on these Romas are absolutely fantastic. I'm really a big fan of the interiors on them. So yeah, Hertz Mille Legend Tweeter, which is an exceptional tweeter, guys. It is phenomenal. We've then on top of the dashboard gone for the Audison Thesis range, which is basically the pinnacle of speaker range. In our opinion, it's what we use as kind of a go-to. So the 3-inch mid is doing a hell of a lot of work up here. That is the Audison Thesis 3-inch. Then we've got the Audison Thesis 6.5-inch mid-bass driver there. We've also gone for Audison 3-inch in the rear as well as the Thesis lineup, and we're running fully active, guys. So every channel that amplifier is being used, we're bridged on mid-basses in the front doors, giving a little bit more depth further forward, but also with that designated sub, which is the Hertz shallow mounted 10-inch sub, providing a silly amount of depth in this car now. It sounds absolutely exceptional, and the fact that you can't see it and you can still put your one piece of luggage in the back area, which is all the space that you had for anyway, it is absolutely phenomenal. Really happy with how the system's come out, but don't take my word for it, guys. You guys are about to now jump in the car with me. We're going to listen to the system, and you're going to hear how incredible this system sounds. We will probably put the full spec below on the video, so if you want to know full spec on the video, that will be listed in the description below. But remember, guys, all of these systems, if you're interested in having your car done by our team, feel free to reach out. So if you're based in the UK, we have lots of different ways to get the car over to us in terms of transport options. We do hire cars. We can also arrange enclosed transport as well, so that can all be arranged to get the car here with minimal inconvenience to yourself. However, if you are abroad, we do offer full international transfer now. So we get quite a few clients that are based from abroad that want their cars having the Cambridge Car Audio experience. So we do now offer full international transfer for wherever you are in the world. It can come to Cambridge Car Audio. So without further ado, let's jump inside the vehicle and have a listen. So hopefully you guys are enjoying today's video so far, but now it is time for a really important part where you get to listen to the system with me. There's a couple of things I want to just go through before we do that, and that is really important because for example here, I'm sat in the passenger seat and we've got the microphone set up in the driver's seat. You might be thinking, well, that's a bit odd because I've obviously got my mic on here. We've got 2 mics carrying on. One is just going to obviously be on my voice, and this one is for the sound. when we're going to be listening to the system, the whole system has been set up, part of the Audison DSP setup. What that basically means is the fact that we have so much control over the entire system, and this is where the factory Ferrari Roma system really does limit you, or any factory system doesn't give you that control. We take back that control, we fix issues that are coming out of that factory head unit. Luke and Road have done a fabulous job tuning the car, getting it to where we wanted it to be. I've had to listen to it already, it sounds absolutely bonkers in here, which is crazy, and yeah, I just want to share that with you guys now. So the reason why it's in this position, because on one of the presets that I've got in the Audison controller, so we've got the controller mounted in the little cubby hole here, with the preset that I've selected currently is one of our custom equalization setups that we've done that is actually all driver focused. So that is why the microphone setup is there. We also do have a central focus for when our client is traveling with a passenger and having the best of both worlds, of having the audio system best for both passenger and driver. But here we've got it set up for the driver listening position, and that is why microphone is set up there. So I'm going to play a couple of tracks for you guys. Hopefully you guys really enjoy it. But one thing that you do need to note, that this recording is never ever going to be like what it is like in person. Okay, it's never going to be reproduced like that. But also one thing that you definitely need to do if you are going to be listening to this little segment here, you need to be getting on to a decent pair of headphones. You need to be listening to it on a really decent home hi-fi system, or maybe even a Cambridge car audio car where we've got one of our systems in. But you need to be listening to it on a decent platform to be able to hear the differences between kind of all those frequencies that are going to be playing right now. So yeah, strongly recommend that you grab those now, pause the video if you need to, and then come back to it when you have all of that ready to enjoy it properly. So let's go.
He's not coming back again, so he's gone, leaving then. You won't see him again. It was convenient, but you won't be staying friends. And you know that, sweetie, you know that. Think you knew it before, but you just ignored that. So now, always gone down for that, falling for you.
So beautiful in here now. It's incredible.
Was it your milky eyes or your skin? I don't know. Doesn't matter anyway, 'cause I'm never letting you go. I know it's gonna take. This beer, it tastes so different. I hate these people, they're all so ignorant. I hate this song, it's like I'm alone among these friends I've always known. No, not ever, never, ever.
And it's absolutely crazy from where the Ferrari Roma came into us to where we are now. I mean, the difference is just stupidly night and day. The fact that you've got a full factory look in the vehicle as well, though there's nothing in display on the full interior of this car. So the boys have obviously built that custom amp rack and custom sub box behind, which is absolutely fantastic. And it still leaves the very limited amount of room that you get in this vehicle to put a bit of luggage in the back as well. But over the moon with the finished results. Another Ferrari ticked off. I mean, kind of surrounded by Ferraris at the moment. Got one to the left of me, one to the right of me, one in front of me, one over there. Literally, workshop is covered with Ferraris at the moment, which is a real proud thing to be working on this caliber of car. We work on everything, but the Ferrari brand is something that we're now probably we've done more Ferraris I think this week than most people have ever done in total. So it's really proud to be working on this caliber of car. So big shout out to the team that have been able to get us to this point. And obviously a big thank you to our clients who travel all over the country, all over the world, to ourselves here at Cambridge Car Audio. It's an absolute honour to be upgrading your cars all the time. So thank you once again for watching. I'll see you on the next one.